Yo, yo, yo. Yo, yo, yo. What's up? Good morning, good morning. All right, let's see what we have in store here. Okay, so starting from the top down analysis, looking at the monthly chart, guys, looking at the Fibonacci tools, the next retracement level that we're looking for is probably going to be this 50% level, which you can see comes at 20,200 and 648. And then we also have this massive monthly fair value gap here that has almost formed. I think what's probably going to happen, guys, is April is going to trade within this range. And then in May, we're going to come up and rebalance this fair value gap on the monthly. That's my thought process here. So we'll see what happens with that. You can also see on Tesla, guys, the level that I called last week. Last week is getting close. If you look at the monthly chart and the weekly chart, we have this monthly fair value gap. So I'm guessing April closes within here, and we trade up into this monthly fair value gap next month. So we'll see what happens with that. Weekly chart on NQ, nothing much different. We do have obviously that weekly buy side and that monthly fair value gap right here at this level. And then also we do want to potentially trade up into this 25% level that hasn't been traded into since Liberation Day. So that's that high. If you look on the daily, it's right there as well. So I'm thinking that we tap into this hopefully this week. We'll see what happens. Huge week though, obviously. On the daily, nothing that obvious, but we do have this daily fair value gap up here that could potentially be traded into. We'll see if it does. Whoops. And then from there, we'll see. But also I want to draw out the 50% of this. Yeah, it comes out perfectly with the 0.25. So somewhere in this, the mean threshold of this daily Wix high, I think we'll probably trade into as well. So we'll see what happens with that. And yeah, we'll go from there. 4 hour. We filled the 4 hour and actually inversed it. My expectation is that we're going to come down and fully fill it again though. So I would pay attention to this order block right here and the lows below the order block. I think this is an easy spot for us to come down before potentially trading higher. And then on the hourly chart, obviously, guys, we finally filled this hourly gap and we're rejecting quite strongly. So I would not be surprised if we actually drive down here. We drive down on this leg of price down towards this 4 hour fair value gap low and the highs that we swept last week. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing right now. We traded close to the 2 standard deviation of Asia and we are rejecting. But yeah, I don't really know exactly what's going to happen here. It is a no news Monday, like I said earlier, so would not be surprised if today's price action was bad. I probably will not be taking anything on a cash or a funded account. I'll probably just stick to eval today, realistically, but we'll see. So I do like that we've swept London and Asia, and we filled the hourly, and we are rejecting. So it would not be surprising to me if, let's say, we come back up here and create another inversion, and we could target the lows that formed at 936, and potentially even these lows here. I want to see if there's any perfect equal lows anywhere that we're missing. No, not quite. Ooh, there is a set right here. Yeah, there is a set right here that we could aim for. But what I need to see here, guys, we need to close below this on the 1, probably the 3, and the 5, and then get a retracement maybe up into here to take this short. I'm not just going to take this right now just because that's happening. I'll have to wait for a retracement up and then take it later. So again, guys, I'm trying to be disciplined here. Again, it's a no news Monday, so what I'm expecting is hopefully for us to hold this area, come back and retrace into this 5 minute gap, and then if we do get that, then I'll look for an inversion to target these equal lows. If we don't get that and we just fully dump here, I mean, it is what it is, but there's nothing that I can take. So be super careful here. Don't just chase the short. Even though it could easily work, it's not worth it in my opinion. I think it's much better to wait for a retracement and then take the short. Charlie, what's up? Good morning, brother. So the reason I don't like this inversion is because the inversion is closing all the way down here, even though it's very likely to work and continue down. And I think we're probably going to end up coming down to this low right here at least. Okay, so there's the equal lows. I think now this 5 minute fair value gap is going to be rebalanced. So just a heads up, but again, I cannot take anything here, but I'm just saying. That's probably where we're going to go. It's just, I don't know how it's going to get there, so. Ugh. Okay, super close to hitting that low now. But again, why? It's a 5 minute gap that needs to fill, so. There it is. And now monthly open is a important level and also that midnight opening price. Again, guys, the reasoning I'm thinking we're going to go down here is not just because of those unbalanced gaps that I just pointed out, but also we have this order block here that I think, well, it's not even the order block. It's the lows below the order block because we inverse this 4 hour candle here. So now we should come down and fill the entire 4 hour gap before going higher. Again, could we maybe go up first? Yes, but right now, short term, I'm thinking bearish here to this 4 hour low, but we'll see. So for that reason, I'm going to label this low right here on my charts because I think that's going to be an important level as well. And it's right below, okay, good morning, sir, and Charlie. It's a low below all the 4 hour candles. So I want this monthly open, the midnight opening price, and then I do want to see this as well. Okay, Europe is facing a kind of cyber attack. What do you mean, Kay? What kind of cyber attack? Like right now? That's pretty scary. What? So are you in the dark right now, Kay? How are you on the internet? Oh, mobile data is working. Oh, okay. That's crazy. That's really scary. Okay, so let me check something here. What I'm looking for on the 5, guys, I want to see a 5-minute fair value gap be created here. So the next candle closes in 2 minutes. And then I want to see a retracement into that, and then I want to take a potential short. Other things are down. I want to sell the euro. Um, well, the euro just started breaking out against the dollar, so I wouldn't do that. Let's take a look at it actually quick. Didn't the euro break out against the dollar here? Yeah, if you look at this chart, Kay, I mean, you can do whatever you want, obviously, but we just took significant sell side on the euro, and now we're forming like a bullish inverse to the upside, which tells me we're probably going up here. Excuse me. So maybe if we do get a pump up to here on the euro, I might open a long-term short as well. But right now, this to me looks like a bullish market structure. Right? We swept a low, inversion, swept lows here, inversion to the upside. So this looks like it's going to be a buy model up to these highs. All right, so the candle closes in less than a minute here. But yeah, let me know if that makes sense, okay? Hold on one second, guys. Okay, so that's the 5-minute candle. We just traded into this this bearish fair value gap right here. So if we do get another inversion, like if we can close below all of these, I think this will be an optimal short. I'd prefer to see like maybe one more trade up into the weekly open at 8:30, and then a rejection from the new week opening gap. So if we do just completely close below all of this, I won't like it as much. Okay, yeah. I think that's probably better, Kate, to wait for this buy model to finish and then maybe take a short. I mean, obviously, if there's a black swan event, then none of this will matter. But I think ultimately this is what I'd be looking for. But I mean, the euro, I mean, we're already trading super low. So I don't know. I don't know if it's a great idea to be shorting in such discount, but that's up to you, obviously. So what I prefer to see here, guys, is a trade up into the weekly open, into the new week opening gap, and then get a short. I don't want to see if this just closes like this, I'm not going to like it as much, even though it still could easily work. Yes, I prefer to see this bounce here. I prefer to see this us tag up into 8:30 in the weekly open, and then maybe get the short. Guys, also make sure to like the stream if you're in here. It really helps the algos push it further so more people can see it. I always forget to say that, but it definitely helps. Wow, yeah. Red Electra says the power outage in Spain is exceptional and extraordinary and will take up to 10 hours. That's crazy. All right. So again, we're waiting to see if we get a trade up into this new week opening gap, and then I'd like to see a potential short form from here, at which point I'll enter on the inversion, and then we'll target the sell side down here. This is what I want to see. So realistically, the trade is going to look like this. Short position. And then I'm going to target this low, and I'm probably just going to hold it to here, so it'll be about a 1.7R. If we get a better short opportunity here, then we'll take it. But I think this, and again, not financial advice here, but I think this is a decent scalp up to this new week opening gap. Yeah, I don't see why not, okay? I mean, we're forming big fair value gaps. We have a lot of points. I don't see a reason why this is bad to trade. Yeah, this week is an excellent trading week in my opinion. There's tons of red folder news. There's a lot of movement that should happen. Doesn't mean you shouldn't be careful, but I still think it's an excellent week to trade. But Kay, are you going to be trading at all this week because of what's happening? Because I mean, your Wi-Fi is probably out, right? Okay, so I'm looking for, if the short's going to happen, I'm looking for something within this new week opening gap. So we just touched into the weekly open, which is important. So basically, guys, if you're bearish, you want to be shorting above that weekly open. Because you have to think of the candle. Think of this as a weekly candle, right? We want to be shorting up here in the manipulation phase, and then if we're gonna distribute here, we want to see it happen somewhere around here. So the weekly candle forming here, it closes up, or it opens up, and then we close down. That's the idea behind it. But you do have to be careful, that's for sure. I'm only gonna take this short if we get a big bearish reaction here. Okay, so I like this bearish reaction, but I'm not going to take this until we get the close. Okay, very bullish reaction there, so obviously nothing that we're looking at. All right, so I do like that reaction there. Let's see if this ends up being the driver that takes us lower. I think it could easily be, so let's see. Again, what is my thesis here? We closed above this 4-hour inversion, and although this is bullish, I do want to see us trade all the way back and fill the whole 4-hour fair value gap. We didn't quite fill it here. We missed the lows by a tick, which is fine, but I still think it's possible that that ends up being the driver to bring us all the way down. So that's the thesis here. And if we get this trade, that'll be... I'm going to probably close it at the lows right here, so 66 points. But it should be, full TP should be around 71. And if not, you could even hold for more, but that's all that I'm going to hold for. Yeah, okay, I would be careful. Because you don't, the last thing you want is to be stuck in a trade. You enter it, and then your Wi-Fi shuts off, and then you don't get to take the rest of the trade. Or you don't get to move your stop loss or anything. So I would stay out until you know for sure that it's fixed. Yeah, so the only thing I see here is the 2-minute and the 1-minute. So if we get a 2-minute close below and a 1-minute close, that is where I'm going to be entering the trade. I'm going to be doing it with a probably third size position, and most likely I'm just going to do it on a funded, I think. Maybe just funded at eval. But I think that this is a good enough RR to take the trade, good enough thesis. Structure is obviously bearish after filling that hourly candle here. So the only thing I don't like is that we just finished a macro time. But that's not the end of the world. If we do get this set up, I still think it's a good RR. Oh, guys, the light bar is not on. Hold on, we gotta fix this, don't we? There we go. All right, so again, we're not getting anything yet. This is obviously just chopping around for now, building liquidity. We could even trade up to the high of the new week opening gap, but I'd like to see just generally either just a fully filling or a slight filling of it before going lower. Let's quickly take a look at the rest of the market. I want to see how the rest of the Mag 7 is performing. Tesla up to 288 with a pretty big rejection on the day. So I think this is a false rejection. First of all, we never even hit the high that formed from, what is it, the 4-hour chart or is it the hourly chart? Oh, we filled the hourly oh no, we didn't even fill the hourly fair value gap. So I think this is going to come back up and then ultimately trade to 303 before we even can consider shorting Tesla. But I think here within this range of price between 303 and 346, you should be selling some covered calls against your position in case we have drawdown. And by the way, if we do end up closing above both these 5 minutes, I think we could come up and target this high for the next draw today. So I will mark this for now, just so we have it. And then that would bring us to, what, 2 standard deviations of the leg. So right here of the Asia range would be right above us. So I will mark this. But yeah, you guys can see right now we're still rejecting this 5-minute gap. I still think this structure looks very bearish. But until we can close above this and prove otherwise, then there's no trade. And I also don't even like this close above because we're at this new week opening gap. So this could be like a fake up close and then they could reject the market again. So structurally, nothing here looks bullish to me, really. I'm only aiming bearish. But what I want to see again, guys, is a close below this, and that's going to be my one trade of the day if I take something. Third size because we're kind of low on the day, but I think this is a good RR trade. Oh, come on, guys. There's 4 likes. 5 likes, okay. Good, good, good. Okay, nice reaction there. I want to see this hold, and I want to see a big close below all these fair value gaps here. Are these perfectly equal? No. Even if they were, they're super close together, so I'm not a huge fan of them anyways. But obviously you guys can see we're now consolidating after this huge move. All right, we had a big down close move. That is 190 points, bro. What a market we're in. Okay, so again, guys, this is the only trade of the day that I'm looking at right now. Even if we get the inversions to the upside, meaning this 5 minute and this 5 minute, I'm not going to take this because first of all, we've already filled this hourly fair value gap right here. Okay, this is not bullish at all. This rejection is not bullish at all. So there's no reason for me to take this 5 minute inversion because the odds of us hitting this high after rejecting this hourly fair value gap are not likely. So, wow, I'm cold, guys. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Gotta get that heat dish. Oh, here we go. All right, this is the rejection I'm looking for. Okay, so if we do get a very bearish close here, this is going to be my entry on the trade. And this will be, again, a third size position, not a full size because we're kind of low already. Interesting. So this is fine to see, even though this is a very bullish reaction from this fair value gap here. This should be the manipulation leg though, right here, if it's going to be a bearish day here. So we're sweeping this high, and then maybe we get another inversion from here. So I can actually change this trade now. So for example, if we get another inversion here, this will be the trade. And then we'll target that low. Yeah, so I like that this is like a big fair value gap that a lot of people are going to be looking to bullishly long. But let's see how this 1 minute candle holds here. See if the fair value gap actually holds at this size. I like the size of the fair value gap. That's super important. I like this kind of manipulation above the consolidation. And then I'm looking for a close below it. Stop to break even at this low right here. So this will be my stop to break even right here. And then I'll target the lows. We got just under 20 seconds till the candle closes, so let's see what happens here. Okay, 5 seconds. Okay, I like the size of this fair value gap. Let's see if it holds. All right, that looks really good to me. Very good, actually. So hopefully we bounce out of it. We fill the new week opening gap and then go lower. But even if it closes like this, I'll still take it. Oh, I want to take it already. No, don't close all the way down there. "30 seconds until I can take this trade." We need to see a close below it, obviously. All right, guys, I'm in this. Stop to break even at this low. My stop loss is going to be a 1 minute close back above. TP is going to be down here. Hopefully this works. I'm sized down on this. I would have rather seen the new week opening gap fill, but that's fine. But again, my stop to break even is going to come at this low if we get it. Don't like the fact that we swept this body and immediately wicked. Not a great sign, I'll be honest. But still okay. Again, the stop loss is going to be a 1 minute close back above this. This is a $2,000 profit with 1 NQ. That's wild. By the way, I'm in this unfunded as well. As soon as this low gets swept, I'm going to move my stop to break even. Or if this moment it closes above, I will be stopped out of the trade. And this will be my one trade of the day, most likely. Okay. Let's see if we get the stop to break even. Guys, I'm close to moving my stop to break even here. Not quite yet. If you guys are risk averse, it could be done there because we swept this low right here, but I'd rather see this low get swept. Okay, 200 per contract. Okay, nothing yet. Again, guys, this is a little bit riskier, I'm not going to lie, because we did sweep this low already. But I still don't want to move my stop to break even until we get here, because once this sweeps, that should be what delivers us down. All right, so my stop is to break even there. And now I'm going to hold this. If you want to take a partial in this 1 minute gap, you can, because we could bullishly react from here. But I'm not going to. So we still didn't trade into it, but don't be surprised if you get a bullish reaction here. So you could partial, guys, in this 1 minute gap if you want to. But if this closes below, if we completely reject this, like if we don't bounce from it, this is going to go all the way down here most likely. So that's where you should be partialing, guys, if you have 2 contracts. I am partialing here on a funded. So I'm out half of my position here. But I only have 1 contract on the screen here, obviously, so I'm just going to hold it. But I'm expecting this to inverse, and I want to see the monthly open, midnight opening price, and then this sell side right here. So you should be partialing here, guys. That's up $7.25 per contract already. Wow, what a trade. Let's go. Okay, so this is another inversion setup right here if it closes below. So guys, I am partialed in most accounts here. But obviously the entry was over here. Again, I am partialing here. Take some profits because we could easily come right back up and stop everybody out who is short. And then, okay, so there's the 1 minute inversion to the downside. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a big green candle here. So, just letting you know. We have this 1 minute fair value gap that is very likely to be rebalanced. Just letting you know. To come back and stop everybody out who shorted on this candle right here. So your first real TP, guys, will be here. And then I would just hold the rest. Beautiful trade, though. Yeah, we're going up here, like I just said. There's the rebalance. I really don't want to see it trade much higher than this, though. Okay, nice rejection there. Guys, if you are following this tick for tick, make sure you like the stream because I mean I'm giving out some pretty crazy gems here. I want to see, again, I don't know what's going to happen here. Again, I told you guys you should be partialing here. I don't know if this fair value gap is going to be bullish and come back up and rebalance this. So you should have partialed. Like I said, I am out 50% of my position. And I'm holding the rest down to here. If I get stopped for break even, so be it. If I don't, it's going to be a bigger trade. So if you guys really want, you can move your stop loss above this order block, but we're probably coming up here to stop out everyone who entered on this position here. We'll see though. Thank you, Charlie. Thank you, sir. But you guys can see, I literally called it to the tick. I said manipulation candle into the new week opening gap, and if we inverse this, I'll take the trade. And there it is. Clean PA, delivery to the 1 minute fair value gap, partialing, and holding runners. This is how you guys get big winners, okay? Move your stop to break even when you should. In this case, it was at this low. If you get stopped out on a trade, so be it. So there's the stop out for break even on the rest, and I partialed. So it is what it is. Beautiful trade, done for the day on a Monday. What better thing can I ask for, right? If I open up this stream and I don't see 6 likes, oh, there's 8 likes. Let's go. All right. Fuck yeah. Sorry. Oops. Whoopsies. Let's go. So that is how you trade, guys. The number one thing you need to do, look at your higher time frame. Where is your objective? For me, I know when we inverse a fair value gap like this, it's very likely that we will fully rebalance it. And the fact that we came down here and missed these lows by a tick, or missed the low of the fair value gap, right? From this fair value gap's wick to here, that's the fair value gap. We came down and we missed the lows by a tick or so. Not a tick, but a few points. So my thesis right now is that we're drawing lower. Now, could I be wrong? Sure. But this supports my thesis, right? We manipulated above the consolidation into the new week opening gap, 1 minute inversion. That's your entry. Stop to break even. Partialing in the bullish PD array and holding runners to the lows. There ought to 800 likes judging other channels' contents and calls. Telling you, bro, the smaller channels get sleeped on. That's how it always goes. But it is what it is. Because I'm telling you guys, most people are not here to really make money. They're here to be entertained. There is a reason that most people don't make money in these markets, and it's because they're chasing dopamine. They're not actually chasing success and profitability. Some people will literally sit on a channel that entertains them because the dude is funny or he's, you know, loud and screams. But in reality, his trading is not that good. But because the person is entertained and there's a lot of dopamine coming in, then I guess that's why they follow those channels. I don't know. But this is what I'm talking about. High time frame bias, and use the lower time frame to support your thesis. I took this 1 minute inversion because it followed everything that I thought was going to happen. And it was a free trade. We got a partial, and we left the rest. And the rest is history. So what happens here, I don't really know, but this is a BPR, so we should, in theory, we should use this as rejection to go lower. Is it going to happen? I don't know, but it's in theory, BPRs are good for shorts, but I already got stopped out, and this should have just delivered here. So the fact that we're closing up makes me a little bit more cautious, to be honest. But that's going to be it for me on a Monday, right? Because it's a no news Monday. Why am I going to take all these extra trades for no reason? Doesn't make any sense. And I'm not going to re-enter a short because we haven't really swept any liquidity. Though this was a liquidity sweep. Like we could easily come back up, sweep this liquidity, fill the new week opening gap, and then reject. So many possibilities here. And you have to think too, on the 5-minute chart, we have another bearish 5-minute gap right here. So what's probably happening here is we're driving higher to stop out all the shorts, fill this, maybe even get a fake close above it, and then maybe we dump later. Something here is fishy. That's all that I'll say. But that was a beautiful trade, one and done. And I just hope that you guys watch that and you think to yourself, okay, well, if I'm in this situation and I get stopped, if I take profits, on partials of my position and get stopped at break even on the rest, I can be done for the day. I hope that that teaches you guys how to be disciplined. I know that it's not easy just to take one trade, but you have to know when conditions are optimal. You have to know when the news is going to be good or bad, or you have to know when there's news and whether you should be trading more than once or twice. But if you guys want to join the community, I just pinned the link there. What I will do, I'll stay on until this macro time, which starts at 10:50. And if I don't see anything A plus from here, I will call it in the Discord. So you guys that have access, make sure you're staying in check for the live alerts. But just know that I'm not going to be taking it personally because I've taken my trade for the day and we're profitable. If this was a news day, I might consider another trade. But today, because it's a no news day, probably not. But gun to my head right now, if I had to say something, it looks like we are going to come up and tag this 5-minute bearish fair value gap. Because there really shouldn't be a reason to come up here. I mean, it could just be this, but I doubt it. Let me try and draw this out. So sometimes what they'll do is they'll bring the market up, they'll consolidate it, kind of create this channel, and then they'll reject the market. So that's one possibility, but more likely they're coming up here to stop out everybody who's short on this leg of price, and all their stop losses are up here, and they're coming up to rebalance this bearish 5-minute fair value gap before probably going lower. But one of those two things is happening. Either we're getting this consolidation channel to reject or go up to touch this 5-minute. But I don't know which one it is. If you guys really want to try a short, you can try this 1 minute that's happening right now, but I'm not going to. Hopefully it is the thing that drives us lower. That's what I'm hoping here. So you can see here, obviously, that we closed below this, and now we're having a big pump. I think this is going to drive up here. Tell me right now what you want me, what you want me, what you want me to be. Pepe it up. What's up? Good long time no see, brother. Yeah, we called the rejection, took a short, partial, and stopped to break even on the rest. And the news website I use is called forexfactory.com. Forexfactory.com, ladies and gentlemen. Yep, you got it. Tell me right now what you want me, what you want me, what you want me to be. So again, guys, I think that this is going to be used to go higher here. We have that 5-minute bearish fair value gap that I think we're going to trade into here. Gun to my head. Yeah, we can do that, but let's just see what happens here with the 5-minute. Oh, low do dee do dee do do do. I think we're coming up to stop out all the shorts here, I think. Because we have this 1-minute rejection here that closed up, which tells me we're likely to come up, sweep this high and this high. That's the thought process here. Because everybody who shorted on this leg of price has their stop loss above this high. So it's very likely to come up and touch that and rebalance the 5. Does that make sense, guys? This is a manipulation. And now everybody who's short had their stop up here, and then they're scared they're moving it up here. It's all going to get tagged, realistically. You just have to think, I mean, market makers, what are they trying to do here? That's probably what they're going to do. Again, could it they might leave it, but more likely they're going to bring it up to this high. And there's that 5-minute PD array above it that should be tagged. And they came close, but they didn't quite tag it there. So this high right here. Almost. And then we have that 5-minute inversion right above it, so I think they'll tap that as well. Wow, so close. They touched it and then they rejected it. That's wild. But we should still go up here. Unless they're creating equal highs to dump the market, but I doubt it. That was a crazy move there. Let me see if there was an SMT with ES. No, no SMT. Very interesting that they rejected it right there. Guys, I think they'll probably sweep it here. So that last line in the sand is that they brought it below this low to move it higher. Come on, just move the markets. All right, so they're dumping it now right before the highs, creating perfect equal highs there. Maybe they'll come up and sweep these later. Who knows? But you can see here that we did create this BPR, and then we also created a 1 minute inversion to the upside, which we are now potentially closing below after closing above it. We did it here too. Not good PA, obviously. But you guys can see how we created this BPR, like I just said. Look how we close above it on this candle, and then we close below it. That is not a good sign of good PA. I thought that was manipulation to bring us up to this high. We came super close, just missed it by basically a tick. We touched it, but never closed above it. So anyone that tried a long and get their break even stop here, or I mean their take profit here, did not get their fill, and then it rejected. Now it's closing below. You do not want to be part of this PA. So that's the beautiful part about inversions, is that it gives you a signal as to when it's good to be entering the markets. This is not good PA now. Above close, below close. Basically, this is the same BPR. We closed above it, below it, and then above it, and then below it again. Above it, and now we're probably going to close below it again. Not good PA, guys. So I think that's going to be it for my morning session. If I see anything A+, guys, I will call it again in the live alert section. Link to the trading community is in the chat pinned. You get access to all my options selling, all my live day trading days that I trade in the Discord, all of my long-term positions, all of my swing trades, everything and beyond. So if you guys want to join, there's a free 3-day trial on the link. But until then, guys, I will see you. Oh, Evan, filters. So go to Forex Factory, guys. And then where's the filters tab? I haven't seen it in a while. It's right here. I have all event types and all folders, but I just filter USD. That's all that's important, guys. If you trade the US markets, all you need is USD. If you trade Forex and you want to look at Canadian or Australian or Japanese or New Zealand news, fine. But this is my specs. All right, guys. Wish you the best. Have a great rest of your day. If I see anything A plus, I'll call it. I still think this is probably going to go down, but I thought we would sweep this high first. But regardless, I will see you guys in the Discord. And tomorrow, let's just check real quick. I think tomorrow's a YouTube day. Wednesday and Thursday, guys, are the best days this week, in my opinion. We have GDP in the morning on Wednesday, and we have unemployment claims on Thursday. This is going to be a really good early morning trade. So if you guys are in the community, make sure you come to the Discord at 5:30 Pacific, 8:30 Eastern. I'm going to be streaming for a data candle, best trade of the week in my opinion, and then Thursday as well. I'm going to be trading this at 6. This will be regular market open. This will be early morning. So, anyways, guys, have a good one. See you tomorrow. Best of luck and peace.